Like for us, we have rabbits. So rabbits are very good. It's white meat, so it's good. My niece just lifting weight like as if she never cares. Guy is cutting the greens, and people have always asked me and said, how come he's not able to cut his fingers or something like that? It's because he's experienced. Say, for example, you're going to the market, and the market will be like 3 kilometers from where you stay. So in most cases, people would just walk, and sometimes they will exercise without necessarily knowing that they are exercising. Also, you can see a lot of watermelons. We have a lot of watermelons, especially even when it comes to the markets as well. Quite a lot of watermelons there. Look how fresh those tomatoes are. People who work on the farm, they turn out to be one of the fittest actually. So in this video, hello and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be very, very special video. Remember in my first video, I did actually mention that I've got a lot of clips that I've been recording over the years, probably more than 5 years, okay? I think I got just some very good footage. And I thought like, what other better way to share other than actually bringing them on here? A lot of people do ask, how do we keep fit in the village? Just wait, I'll show you how we get fit. So sometimes you'll be just walking, on the farm, and you just see some weights thrown there, made by the village boys and all that. Then you just leave them. For example, this niece of mine, I've got a lot of nieces, by the way, so you'll be absolutely tired of me mentioning that nieces. Probably I've got more nieces than nephews. Okay, so you can see my niece just lifting weight like as if she never cares. And that weight, I think that was 50, 25, 25. Yeah, and she's fit. But to be honest, I think she's been lifting weights as well. So when they say don't try this at home, probably she dares to try that one at home. Yeah, so lifting weights is one of them. Yeah, and so in the village it's so random. You just walk, you get a car, you see a cow, get in contact with calves and all that, and you play that. And some people really do ask like, how come these village cows don't attack the owners? It rarely happens, but it does happen sometimes. But again, I think you're gonna just treat these cows like pets. Okay, so as you see, she's just touching the calf and is not reacting to her. But trust me, if a cow is not used to you, it's likely to attack you. And we've had many cases of that. So it's just about these animals getting used to you. If they don't get used to you, they gonna attack you. Yeah, so don't just see any cows in the village. If you visit just any village, just to ask, is that cow a bad cow or a good cow? Okay, but to be honest, also it depends. I think some cows are categorized. Okay, some of them are very rough, okay, and they can attack you, and some of them are very gentle and they're so good you can touch them, play with them and all that. So that's normal. Okay, yeah, another way is just going for walks and hikes, because in the village is a massive land. Okay, it's like a massive space. So you could just walk and do your exercises through walking. And sometimes it's like because you want something from a certain place. Say, for example, you're going to the market, and the market will be like 3 kilometers from where you stay. So in most cases, people would just walk. And sometimes they will exercise without necessarily knowing that they are exercising. So by just walking like 3 kilometers or 5 kilometers, they've exercised, okay? Because the markets, most of them, they're few miles away from the villages. Even though it's like a village market, but it's a place what we call the shopping center. And the village shopping center is far away from the village, okay? So that walk from the village to the market means you're doing exercise. Yeah, also you'll be just walking in the farm. Say, for example, like the farm here, you see, again, I think this is also my niece, yeah? This is also my niece, and just see, just walking in the farm, and by just walking around, that's exercises. So people never stay in the houses. People are always work every single day. People get out. They get out and they go for walks, they go and see their friends, they go onto the farm, they go to the market. There's a lot of activities that people just do in the village, and that keeps them fit. And also there, we've got like places where it's just for hiking. So we do have like very high hills. I wouldn't necessarily call them mountains, but we got lots of hills where you just hike up, and sometimes it's tough to go up the hill, especially in scorching temperatures. Very high temperatures. It's very, very hard for you to do that. But some people are used to it. Some people are not really used to it, but I would say most people are used to it. So you just going up the hill so that you can get the good view of that area and see how beautiful even this one is. That makes you fit. Okay, look at how beautiful this place is. As soon as you get on top of the hill, it's amazing. And also even kids as well do exercise. They're always going out there with their parents. So whatever the parents do, kids always emulate. They copy what their parents do. At the end of the day, they do get fit. See, even the dogs as well. So when you're going out for the walk and you got dogs, you always take your dogs with you. But the problem with that is that because where we stay, especially in the village, we do have quite a lot of, we do have some wild animals, and some wild animals are edible. So you could see like the hares. I think I'll put the pictures here. So hares are just the wild rabbits, and when you have dogs, they will always chase them. So I would say most dogs that are kept, especially in my village, they're the hunting dogs, but also they provide security mainly. Okay, and that's different from other countries out there where they keep dogs for just as pets. Majority of people in the Western world, they keep dogs as pets, but here we keep dogs as for security and for hunting as well. Also, when you're carrying things, we actually taught this when we are young. Sometimes you lift things on your back, sometimes you put things on the head, and that's quite normal. Like even if you see in this video, you can see like there's different way of carrying. Look, this kid is carrying on the shoulder, and this one is carrying on the head, and that is very normal. And some people, balance that one on the head, and that's normal. And just we have like, yeah, kids just from other villages interacting with kids in our villages, and they play around, and they keep fit. So fitness, people do get fit in very different ways. Oh, and also one of the fitness actually working on the farm. People who work on the farm, they turn out to be the fittest actually. So in this video, so you can see this guy is spraying what we call Sukumawiki, or the kales. Some people call them collard greens, and that keeps you fit. Look, I had a family here. Guess who this one is? This one. Who is this? Whoever knows her, they know her. Okay. All right. So in the farm, let's see. Yeah, people are always working in the farm, as you can see over there. So by doing so, they get fit. We do also have constructions. So people doing constructions, just by doing constructions, that's keeping in shape. Yeah. So you'll be amazed. A lot of these guys don't even go to the gyms. It's just the activities they do is what actually keeps them fit. And that really happens. That happens all the time. Like in this village here, we were trying to construct, I think that was like an outside toilet, because sometimes we have this what we call outside toilets. I think some people do call them latrines. So yeah, so these guys were constructing that, and for you to construct this, you're using energy, you're burning fat, so that's how you get fit. So such things do really happen. Yeah, and also here, look, they are on the farm, and during this day, I remember we were trying to actually open up the drains. So like this one, for example, we were trying to open up the drain so that we can allow water go straight and join to the bigger stream down there. Look how beautiful this place is. I've always said that I would like to build like a resort in this, because this is in our farm. This is in our farm. And some people actually don't have this. Okay, so these are dates. Some people call them palm trees, but again, we had this conversation in Malika's video. You need to watch that. So we were just trying to make it the water go through, so that to avoid swampy conditions in the farm, so that when we plant something, it can come out well. But you can see how dark the soil is. This soil is very, very fertile. If you put anything there, it comes up. And this is also one of the areas in our farm that never dries up. It's been like this for probably over 100 years, I'm told. It never goes dry. So it's got what we call, it's like a spring. Okay. So it's always wet like this. And we're always planting a lot of things apart from this time. But this grass, you can actually use it to feed the animals, but also to do your constructions. And people who from the village, they'll probably understand that you can use it to make roofs for your house, for your stores and other things in the village. So it's very, very useful. Yeah, but this is such a beautiful place. So these guys, by just doing this, they're getting fit. Absolutely amazing. Look at that. Okay. I remember when I was young, this area actually brings a lot of memories as well, because this part of the land is what my dad actually gave me when I was maybe 11. So I used to do a lot of farming during that time here. And every single time you came here, there were a lot of green vegetables. We never ever missed green vegetables. And with my dad, I think what he did is, when you showed a bit of interest in something, he will always make it happen. Okay, so this was my section of the land. Okay, we were lots of us in the family, but this was my section of the land, and I think it was amazing during that time. And that's why we did quite a lot of farming, and yeah, it creates so much memories. And that's why I say maybe I need to put a resort there. Yeah, so I made a video in, I think, 2021, and I think my suggestion was to put a resort in this place because it's such a beautiful place. What do you guys think? Should I put a resort? Because there's a stream of water there. Okay, there's a very beautiful stream of water. There's like a hilly place where people can just stay on there and view the environment. So such a beautiful place. Yeah, so ploughing in villages, this picture is not particular. This is not mine. Okay, this is not my picture. But we actually do plough like this. Okay. So you can see like the mother with the child and the husband, we call what we call the ox plough, where you have the oxen at the front pulling the plough and just, ploughing through. And this is how we prepare the land, by the way. So this is nothing new. So you can tell me how fit this woman is. You tell me how fit this woman is. Because you holding that ox plough, it demands a lot of stamina, and you gotta be physically fit, okay, for you to do that. So it's not something easy that you can just do it first time. It's something you have to get used to it, doing it time and time again. So yeah, they keep fit that way. So when it comes to food, mostly food is fresh in the village, first of all. And sometimes we do get some food even from the village markets as well. But apart from that, we actually plant on our own, or should I say, we also grow a lot of food on the farms as well. So you don't need to go and buy them in the supermarket or all that. When you're in the village, you always harvest from your own farm and consume. And it's always fresh. Most of the time it's fresh. And I'm going to show you something here. So, so we see here, look how fresh this one is. You see she's cutting the tomatoes. Okay. Now you can buy these tomatoes from the farm, and this is my missus, my wife, and she's cutting tomatoes. Um, Also, you can see a lot of watermelons. We have a lot of watermelons, especially even when it comes to the markets as well. Quite a lot of watermelons there. Look how fresh those tomatoes are. Look how fresh the watermelons are. We do have even onions there. Absolute amazing stuff. This one is like, I think it's capsicum. People call it like that. Some other people just call it like green pepper. Okay. So, yeah, amazing food. So, I think this was a vegetables day. So, if you're vegetarian, I think you're gonna be good in the village. Yeah, so when I said we grow food in the village, I meant it. Now look at the background here. So this farm actually Malika and I we planted a lot of green vegetables the last season and it was doing really, really well. You can see in the background how good that one is. And a lot of people are actually coming and buying them. So we actually, made a bit of money. Maybe if you like me to make a video of how much we spent on about 1 acre and how much we got from that, please let me know. Probably I can start creating some finance videos as well, if you want. So yeah, but during this time, I think it was during the dry season. But again, we planted that, and that gave us quite good produce. You can see even Malika is here. Again, you can see when like it's being. If you look in the background, you can see these vegetables being watered. This time, it was about 40 degrees Celsius. So during this time, it was a dry season. And that's why someone is trespassing. Get back. Yeah. So, yeah, you can see in the background how we are irrigating because we got water. Okay. We are fortunate enough to have water, and that's what we do. Also, this is my sister's farm again. She's put people there who are irrigating it because in the village, it's just a lot of people actually do plant their own stuff, but also there are people who don't have big farms and all that. So if you're in the village, then you go commercial. So you plant a lot of vegetables, for example, a lot of crops that people need. You'll see that they're always gonna come to you to get those vegetables, or it could be maize, or it could be beans, or anything. Okay, so you could actually make a living out of that. Is it sustainable? Definitely it is. It's very lucrative, by the way. There are people who've gone really massive as well. If you got like farm, if you got like 100 acres, you can go absolutely commercial and get a lot of revenue out of that. So yeah, it's quite common. In Kenya, chapati is a big deal. So you can see my sister-in-law making chapati. I think she makes very good chapati as well. And they are making here chapati. And this is the village. So you can decide, like there's a day you want to eat chapati, and you just make chapati if you want. This one can make you feel as if you're not missing out on anything that is in the town, because if you go to town, probably this is what you're gonna have most cases. So in the village, once in a while, you could decide, I wanna have chapati, I wanna have barbecue, I wanna have, even you can have chips if you want. But in most cases, you actually have the main meals that actually most villagers do have. So it will be like ugali, greens. You can have meat. Like for us, we have rabbits. So rabbits are very good. It's white meat, so it's good. And you can have chicken. There's a lot of chicken in the village, so possibly you can have that one. But some people would go to the butchery and get their meat. So if you want beef and all that kind of stuff. But also talking about that, for example, on this one, Malika went to get some fresh produce from the market, and unlike other places, this place here you just have fruit just on the market, open air market, and then you pick what you want. For me, for example, I like mangoes. So probably she was buying mangoes for me, or I don't know, for her as well. But you can also see in the background we do have watermelon as well. So it's quite common, very, very common. And of course, she's paying by M-Pesa. Probably I will cover a bit about M-Pesa. So in Kenya, we don't even hold cash. Yeah, most cases, a big population using their mobile phones in what we call M-Pesa. It's quite common. Kenya is actually on the forefront since 2000 and something. Okay, it's been on the forefront of mobile money transfer. Other countries have tried but failed, and Kenya is rolled to other countries like Tanzania, Uganda, Ethiopia, I believe, even Ghana, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and all that. It's gone massive, but it's just called those money transfers by different names. But in Kenya, basically it started with Safaricom and it went to other networks. Anyway, I'm digressing now. So yeah, so she's trying to pay here using the mobile money transfer, M-Pesa. Yeah, so it's so if you go to the market, you get a lot of fruit. Yeah, and variety as well. You can have what you want. This looks like a very busy market, I must say. It looks like a very busy market. Back to the village again, about food. So we have the greens, like this guy is cutting the greens, and people have always asked me and said, how come he's not able to, cut his fingers or something like that? It's because he's experienced. And in the village, this is quite common. Do you cut yourself? Maybe once in a while, but no one cuts their fingers off or anything. They're just careful when doing it. But perhaps they need chopping boards. People here don't use chopping boards. Look how skilled he is. Look how skilled he is. And he's cutting very tiny portions as well. Absolutely talented. If you can't recognize this one as a talent, then I think, yeah, we have a problem there. Yeah. So that's the village life. Look how skilled he is when cutting this. Yeah, for him it's normal. But if someone else sees that, they'll be like, what in the world? Yeah, but it is. Can I cut like that? Definitely, yes. We've been doing this while young. Okay, when we were young. So it's nothing new. So if you're a vegetarian again, this could be the best place for you to move to. I'm not telling people to move to my village, but you could move to any village. So as I said, you can grow these greens commercially, and you can see we had massive land, and we got bananas there. We've given you farm tours anyway on Malika's channel. So if you click it on it, you'd see a whole farm tour of what this store is. So this is our village, and we do have look how much greens these ones are. Over an acre. This was a while back, so it's changed a little bit, but let's listen to him. What he's saying to us. Okay, let's go for it. Sorry, I think there was a lot of wind. So he's speaking in English, but it's a bit noisy. Okay, it's so windy. But what he's saying is, this is the simplest way of getting money. I don't think it's the easiest way, to be honest, but yeah, let's see.
And be serious with your life. Nobody was born to be poor, my friend. Be serious with your life. Here, this only 1 acre
You know, no, no,
I get.
I think he's turning into a motivational speaker, and his name is Alan, by the way, and I think we featured him on Malika's channel as well. So he's saying that nobody was born to be poor. You got to be serious. That's him saying. That's not me. It's him saying that. He's such a funny guy, by the way.
So that is a lot of money, my friend. Right there, my friend. And inside, stealing is not our option.
Ah, okay. So I think he's also saying that I think he's advising people who steal, okay, people who just go and steal people's stuff, and he's saying that's not an option. You got to work hard for you to be able to get money, and this is one of the easiest ways. And so he says,
The Kenyans, we are very hard workers, my friend. I tell you, we Kenyans, we are very hard workers. I wish you all the best. Come to Kenya and see this beautiful,
he's saying, come to Kenya and see these beautiful sceneries. I think you can hear that bit.
beautiful Sukumawikis. If you want to have something, you can see it, my friend.
Wow. Yeah, so you can see he's happy. He's happy doing what he's doing. So probably this is one of the guys that understands what he's doing. He's absolutely, absolutely amazing when it comes to that. So, so yeah, there you go. Alan has just told you the easiest way to get money is by going to the farm. Hmm. But again, it depends really. This is just the village life, the authentic village life. Okay. And I just like how authentic the village life is. It just reminds you of how beautiful and amazing nature is. Whereas if you stay in big cities, it's very hard for you to connect with nature. It's very hard for you to realize how beautiful nature is. But if you do go to the village, you actually see how amazing it is. And there you see even people just walking barefoot just to connect with the nature. Some people call it earthing. It's quite healthy as well, scientifically proven. So, yeah. So if you want a real life, try the village life. I'm not saying that you go and stay in the village the rest of your life. I think you should, in your lifetime, on your bucket list, you should make sure that you go to the village, stay a few days, go back to the city, okay, and you'll see the difference. You're definitely gonna see the difference. It's an amazing place. I love it. I don't stay there all the time, but absolutely love it. And everyone is just, doing their own thing. No one is in your business and all that. So people just do their own thing. It's just the cohesion, the coming together of people. It's just epic. I would like to give a shout out, and I think every single video I'll be giving shout out to the top comment. Okay, so this week's top comment. So every single time I'll be giving shout outs to the top comment. Okay, now this top comment was on the last video that had more likes. Okay, so the biggest shout out goes to Secret of Laura. Okay, I know the top comment there would have been Malika Kenya, but I think because of conflict of interest, I think she doesn't qualify. Okay, but again, I can give her a shout out. It's fine. So top comment 2, yeah, Malika Kenya. It's got 18 likes on the comments. Check her out on her channel. And the second one, Secret of Laura. Okay, please check her out. I think she makes videos. So I'll be giving shout out every single time. So drop your comment. Oh yeah, actually she's got like 50. Damn, she's got like 15.6K subscribers. Shout out to her. Okay. I think she makes really good content. Look at that. Okay. So yeah. Secret of Laura, thanks so much for commenting. And I think I need to read her comment. So in her comment, she said, Malika's quote here again landed safely. So yeah, amazing. Just make sure you comment about today's video and I'll give you a shout out if your comment gets the highest amount of likes. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.